Ready?
Ready?
Ready.
So hello, my name is Massine. I am a postdoc researcher in QNS. I'm almost 30 years old and I live in Korea since 2 years.
Okay. My name is Stefano and I'm a PhD student in Fabio's team as Massine. And I lived in Korea for 3.5 years now, and soon I will leave and I will miss it for sure. So for me, I met Fabio 4 years ago during my master in Milano, because he graduated from my same school and he presented his work that he was doing here in QNS. So I was very interested by the topic, and that's why I decided to contact him and I asked him if there was a possibility to have a PhD here. The answer was positive, so in the end I decided to move here.
So for me, I was writing my PhD, thesis 3 or 4 years ago, and then I was finding a paper, where Fabio was a co-author, and it was very, very interesting and instructive paper. So at the first, I wanted to go to Japan, and I wanted to have a abroad experience outside France. And then I read this paper and I discovered QNS. And then I saw the website and I was very impressed by all the capabilities that QNS has in our lab. And then I decided to apply for a postdoc. And I came here to work with Fabio 2 years ago.
So first of all, I think, in my opinion, like living in a country that is very different from your, let's say, main culture, it's challenging, but at the same time, it's very instructive, because every time you go around and you see things, everything is very different from what you're used to, and this puts you outside of your comfort zone, and it helps you improving yourself every day.
For the same reason why he said, I wanted to be outside my comfort zone and discover completely a new thing. So I was more interested by having a human experience at first. And of course, you always try to conjugate the human experience with the work experience. So coming to QNS was for sure one of the best opportunities that I can have, because in QNS we are one of the world leaders in the world in the field of spin-zone surfaces. And also my background was mostly focused on what we call interface, the field of single atoms and single molecules on surfaces. So I would say that it was a big chance for me to come here, because I could merge on the same time my personal goals and my professional goals, yes. Together we belong to, so we call it ensemble measurement team. So in ensemble measurement team, we use synchrotron radiation techniques, and the synchrotron radiation techniques are conducted in big research facilities. In what we call the third generation synchrotrons, I don't have exactly the number, but it's less than 10 types of these facilities in all the world. And we had the chance, I think you had the chance to go in 3 of them, right? You went to Switzerland.
No, I didn't go.
You didn't? You went to Pohang, yeah. One is in Korea.
One in Spain.
One in Spain.
In Paris.
And one in Paris. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I mean, other than that, since we have a very international community built around us, it's very easy to get in contact with different scientists from all around the world, because I guess like the field of spin-on surfaces is not that strong in Korea, but it's very strong, for example, in Europe. So every time European or American scientists come to Japan or Korea, they pass by QNS.
Exactly.
And so you have the opportunity to make a good connection with them and talk with them and learn things. And I think this is very unique of QNS, because, for example, in labs in Europe, if somebody comes to Europe, usually they don't do the tour of Europe. But here we are kind of unique in that sense, so they often come here.
I think that QNS is a nice landmark, right? So if you come to Asia, at some point, you will come to QNS. You know, you cannot escape the step, I would say, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's very, very unique and very important. And I guess going back to your first point, I think in research you need to go and make connection abroad, because research is not a national thing, but is an international thing. So it's very important to share ideas and discuss ideas with different people with different background and different fields, and you cannot constrain yourself in a single country, let's say.
For example, how many collaborators do we have? We have Alessandro, he's Italian, he's from Trieste, right?
Trieste, yes.
Trieste, right? We have DJ Nikos, they are from Spain. Aparajita, she's from Germany, Stuttgart. Fabrice Chouard is from Strasbourg in France. And people from the synchrotron. So yeah, we are actually, I think, collaborating with 3 or 4 countries on the same time, just regarding our group, our team. As a conclusion, research is an international collaborative human activity, yes, I would say. So we met not only in airports, we met in Korea.
Korea first.
Then we went to Spain. Then we went to Taiwan. Then we went to Shanghai.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Then we went to Germany.
Right, Germany.
Then we went to Germany. So 6 countries, at least 1 week on each country, on the same bed.
Yeah. Anyway, not only for business trip, but we also had some trip together as a friend. So and we met here first time. So I think it's nice that QNS, with a good mix of people, you can have good interaction with your co-workers. And I think one of the best thing of Korea is that it's kind of a hub that is well connected to more or less most of the Asian country, at least Southeast Asia and the East Asia. Unfortunately, I'm leaving very soon.
Korea will miss you.
Yeah, I will miss Korea too. I think 3 years and a half was a good time to stop, because otherwise it's difficult to leave, I think, after 3 years and a half. It's already very difficult, but I think it's time for me to change again, to go again out of the comfort zone.
So I think that I'm leaving Korea after the end of my 3rd year of contract, so which is August 2025, and exactly for the same reason of him, because you realize when you go out for your home country is that you also gain maturity, and one of the reasons when I want to go back is also to be close to my family, and as you said as well, to discover other new things, and yes, so that's the 2025.
One of the best thing is since Seoul is 10 million people, it's very frantic city and full of energy, and I think it's something that in the rest of the world is not present. It's a very unique thing of big Asian cities, I would say, because there is a lot of population in the same area, let's say, so everything is always open 24 hours. There is always something to do. There are many options. So that's the first thing that I will miss. And the second thing, I think the convenience of living in Korea, because everything is convenient. You need to buy something, you can go out in 5 minutes, you can buy at whatever the time, 3 a.m. in the morning or whatever, because there are a lot of convenience stores that have everything you need. And yeah, I think these are the 2 things that I will miss the most.
My favorite thing is food. I love food. It took me time to like Korean food, because at the beginning I didn't understand that how I should eat it and etc. But yeah, the food is very, very nice, and it's quite cheap actually. And I think that I will miss especially it's a bit philosophical, but I will miss the memories that I have made here, because I have a lot of memories here, the nightlife and this dynamic life, because it's a city that never sleeps.
And if you cannot cook, no worries, because here you can eat every time at restaurant. They're quite cheap. And
Chamchi, how do you call it? Kimbap, right? Chamchi kimbap. I love it. It's
Tuna.
my favorite thing. I got drunk, I buy this, you eat it, and you go to sleep. Perfect. My home, I have two homes. So my first home, where I was born and grew up, was in Algeria, so in Béjaïa, in north of Algeria, so Kabylie. And my second home is Paris, so where I became a man, I would say. so I was a child in Algeria and I became a man in Paris, so I have two homes. I think that when you are young, you are more susceptible to make changes. So do it. If you want to do it now, do it now. Don't wait like 40 years old or 50 years old. Don't miss this opportunity. So even if you miss something, it's okay.
So my home is in Milan, and okay, of course I miss my family and my friends there, but I still feel like I didn't lose them. I just put them on pause, let's say. So I miss them, but not extremely. It's not that I lost some friends. They are still there, waiting for me, luckily, hopefully. It's nakopse, which is a kind of modern dish, which is the union of nakji, which is kind of squid, seu, which is shrimp, and kopchang, which is the intestine of the cow, which is a very unique thing in Korea and very unique taste that I think you can find only in Korea. And it's this combination of these three things together, it's really amazing.
And for me, I think
Kimbap.
Kimbap. No, kimbap, that's like very basic. But I love jimdak. Jimdak is like, yeah, I think it's. I can eat it every day. Jimdak with cheese. I don't know who invented this, but we should give him Nobel Prize of gastronomy because it's so tasty. Yes, and actually, I miss also this sociability in food. Like because people here they really meet together like around one plate. It's I think I will miss this type of food, this type of eating, because usually like in Europe it's like okay, you will meet your friends and then okay, food is like just like 30 minutes and then you eat and maybe you stay a little bit and then you go. But in Korea you have like this, in the culture you have this fact that food you make people like united, I would say.
I think it's a big decision to come here because, as we said before, like it's a step out of the comfort zone, so it's never easy to take. But I think it's definitely worth it because it's something that you will remember forever because it's a very strong experience. And I would say I had almost completely a positive experience. I never had bad time here, and I think it's much better than what you think. Like what we think before taking a big step is we think always the worst. We are very scared. But then when you're into it, you realize that everything is much easier than what you expect. And actually it's much better. At least this was what I experienced.
I totally agree, and especially for the people who are coming to Korea, young people without family, without child or whatever, it's very good. It's very, very good because as you mentioned, we are young and young, wild and free, kind of, right? So you can do very, very big changes in a very short amount of time. And I think that it's something that I will definitely remember all my life because it's very, very different from everything that you can expect if you only stay in Europe. Because at the end, you just realize that there is less difference, I don't know, between a French and a Polish. For sure, but comparing, I don't know, from a Korean to a Japanese person or whatever, so everything here is new. So if you come to Korea and then you go to visit another place or whatever, it will always be a new experience. So I strongly encourage people to try it. And actually, you know, if they don't like it, they just have to move, right? Because there is no bad experience. And if they come, especially to QNS, we are waiting for you and we want you.
감사합니다.
Seconds?
Okay.
It will be
But-
long. Huh? It exists that people, when they have a microphone or a camera, they become crazy. So
You're always crazy, not only with the microphone.
I love you, mom.